Отлично, друзья мои, отлично. Давайте начинать, мои хорошие. Давайте начинать. Яночка, привет. Как
Так,
успели?
еще раз, я просто звук подключала, не слышала вас.
Подключили, все у нас хорошо. Давайте страничку 61 делать. Есть успех?
Окей, сейчас открою.
Мы остановились на двоечке.
Так,
Упражнение.
не знаю, у меня закрылись книжки, сейчас я посмотрю, где откроется. Так, сейчас, пару секунд.
Алло.
Так, у меня 61-я страница открылась.
Отлично. Итак, мы переходим на следующую запись. Прослушайте двух людей, которые обсуждают какой-то случай. Какую новую информацию вы узнаете о in favor of Stella, in favor of the company. Можно пройти на конец странички, на конец книжки. Это у нас страничка модуль 6. Сейчас посмотрим. B. Страничка 168.
Нет.
Есть такое?
Да.
Поехали. Яночка, ты нам включишь экран, да?
Да, сейчас.
Спасибо. Так, а я включаю запись.
У меня отключено.
Снова, да?
Угу.
Пробуй. Ну что, ты тоже пытаюсь чем-то поделиться? А чем я пытаюсь? Что за интрига? Теперь участникам виден наш экран. Это прекрасно, друзья мои. Пауза демонстрации. Остановить совместное использование. О, все равно. Есть. Так.
Есть?
Да. Поехали, включаем.
Bad manners. And I'm afraid from my experiences
Это что-то не то.
women are the worst offenders.
6. Модуль 6. 2B. Вот он. Пробуем.
Module 6, recording 2B.
Okay, so what's your take on this Stella Liebeck thing then?
Well, I think she was entitled to some compensation.
What do you some compensation? What do you mean by some compensation?
Well, I mean, let's be blunt about this. She burned herself. She had to undergo medical treatment. Her family member had to take time off of work.
What I find really interesting is when you just said that she burned herself. Now, not once did she admit that it was her fault. You've just said she burned herself, and that's exactly what I think. She burned herself. So she shouldn't get any compensation for that.
Yeah, but David, the coffee was absolutely ridiculously hot. It's one thing for a company to serve hot coffee, but it was 180 to 190 degrees.
Companies would not serve coffee that hot if the public didn't demand in the first place that they got really hot coffee. Do it the other way around, you'd probably get people suing them for having cold coffee and their tooth fell out of it. I mean, it's, ridiculous.
But the coffee that you have at home isn't that hot, and people say, oh, coffee's great, and that's the temperature that they want. It's 135 to 140. I mean, that's a significant difference.
You have to ask
temperature.
You do have to ask yourself why they have it that kind of temperature. I mean, presumably they have it that kind of temperature because people want it that kind of temperature.
Well, okay. I think people want it hot, but you do have to realize as well that there have been approximately 700 cases of people being burned by scalding coffee. So, I mean, obviously restaurants and takeout food places have got to take this on board. They just can't sell it that
There may
hot.
well have been 700 cases of people being burned by scalding coffee, but they didn't all sue, did they? I mean, she's the only one who sued.
No, she's the most famous one because she got most money out of it.
I'm sorry. No way should she have been No way.
Look, the fast food chain makes $1.3 million a day selling coffee. They could afford this.
It is ridiculous. It is ridiculous to claim that just because a company makes a lot of money and they can afford to pay people compensation, they're good. They should. It's the thing is, nowadays, what happens is that we have to blame someone, and the person to blame is never yourself. Never ever yourself. It's always somebody else's fault. Always.
Thank you. Что там случилось? Давайте выяснять. Путь. So,
Так,
what new information do you learn in favor of Stella? In favor.
да. То есть,
So the coffee is hotter than normal coffee, right?
yes.
There had previously been about 700 cases, извините, of people being burnt by scalding coffee. Слово scalding означает обжигающее, горячий, так? И the fast food chain makes $1.3 million a day from selling coffee, right? But
Мгм.
in favor of the company, Stella refused that it was her fault, to accept that it was her fault. People know coffee's hot, it's their fault if they spill it. They say, right? And it leads to more and more ridiculous claims. Who do you agree with, Яночка?
With from the speakers?
Yeah, with the speakers. Who do you agree with?
I think that I more agree with Beth
Mhm.
because she was saying logical things, and I think that David was trying to show that he thinks that Stella Liebeck was Stella Liebeck's fault in this situation. I think that it was, but it was also a fault of the like restaurant, or how can I call this? So I don't think that he's right in this situation.
All right, thank you. So, what was Stella entitled to, if anything, in your opinion? Что ей полагалось?
I think that maybe some like mental compensation or like money compensation in order to fix the problem, because it was traumatizing for her because coffee was incredibly hot, and it was traumatizing for her, and she needed to go to the doctor and to solve this problem because hot coffee can bring you some traumas to your hands, to your legs, or anywhere it was, to anywhere where it was like spoiled.
All right, thank you. Is it common in your country to sue for compensation?
I think that it's quite common because when the restaurant when it's restaurant's fault in something, the restaurant usually tries to help to solve this problem or gives money to solve this, or they try to find the compromise in
Compromise.
this situation. Compromise.
Thank you. If so, what kind of institutions tend to be sued?
Еще раз.
It's number... Мы можем передислоцироваться на 61-ю страничку, и это номер
Ага.
3. 61-я страничка, а именно пункт 3. Да, точечка. If so, а если так, what kind of... Вот, да. What kind of institutions tend to be sued?
Так, а я ж, по-моему, ну, это имеется в виду как выходящий из второго вопроса, правильно?
Quite right, yes. We have mentioned it already, but if you can add anything, all right. If not, so please.
No.
Or yeah. Number 4. Let's do it. What are the
Okay.
disadvantages of a compensation culture?
Так. Maybe it can be dishonest because sometimes it's like a trial between restaurant and the person who was traumatized or something, and sometimes it's just dishonest from the people's side to the restaurant because they just want money, and sometimes they can be dishonest with the judge, and it can help them to win the trial and to have the money, but in fact they just don't need them.
Very interesting. Thank you, guys. А у нас подъехала 6.3. Here are 3 sentences from the recordings. Они предлагают сейчас послушать это все дело. Хорошо, сейчас я включу. Не знаю, есть ли это дело у нас на 161 или какая там была 8. Может, они коротенькие, послушаем так.
Module 6, Recording 3. A. Only then did Stella consult a lawyer. B. Not once did she admit that it was her fault. C. No way should she have been given all that money.
Нету, да? 6.2a, 6.2b, а 6.3 отсутствует, да? 6.5. Хорошо. Они хотят, чтобы мы обратили внимание на новые конструкции. Я сейчас дам сразу же теорию по этим конструкциям. Она находится на страничке 61. Это inversion with negative adverbials. Есть такое? Вот эти фразы нам необходимо будет, естественно, заучить и, конечно же, применить. Это так называемая инверсия. Что это такое? Это перестановка слов, но не просто так хаотично, а ввиду того, что есть какие-то грамматические предпосылки к этому. Поехали. Мы решаем сейчас проблему с отрицаниями. В путь? В путь. Поехали. Единичка. The following adverbials. Вот. Следующие наречия стоят в начале предложения и сопровождаются инверсией. Они выделены жирным синим. Только тогда я понял, что происходит. Only then. Потом пошел по simple did и плюс первая форма. Did I understand? Only now. Только сейчас. Can. Могу я оценить трудности ситуации. Can I appreciate? Not once did he offer to pay. Ни одного раза он не предложил заплатить. Did he offer? Rarely, seldom, never before. Редко, редко. Доселе никогда. Have I experienced such kindness and hospitality? Я не испытывал такой доброты и гостеприимства. Ну, не я испытывал, а в плане, что я не видел. Это же experience. Дальше. No longer will we accept these low standards. Больше мы не будем принимать такие низкие стандарты. Under no circumstances, ни при каких обстоятельствах, should you wonder, а мы помним, что вот это A читается как O. А если это слово будет писаться через О, это будет A. Ну, в общем, так, весело. Should you wander around alone after dark? Ни при каких обстоятельствах нельзя бродить в одиночестве после наступления темноты. On no account must you overexert yourself. Ни в коем случае нельзя перенапрягаться. И not only did he take all our money, он не только забрал все наши деньги, but he also betrayed our trust, но и предал наше доверие. Все. Конструкции поданы все. Они часто используются для придания большего акцента в официальном языке. Классная вещь. И второе, тут есть фраза «ни в коем случае, no way» означает «это совершенно невозможно» и широко распространена в неформальной разговорной речи. Далее следует инверсия. Ни в коем случае, no way will we be finished by 10. Мы закончим к 10. Вопросы, мои хорошие?
Да нет, в принципе.
Да нет, в принципе. Пятое. Мы сейчас сделаем предложения внизу более формальными, используя фразы в скобочках в позиции впереди. Необходимо сделать изменения, если они необходимы, с отрицаниями, инверсией и прочими позитивными вещами. No longer. Первый пошел.
Так, сейчас.
Можем прочитать исходник, а потом сделать.
Our country does not need to rely on foreign investment anymore. No, our country no longer needs to rely on foreign investment.
А теперь где ставится our country? Сначала идет no longer.
No longer our country.
Вспомогательный. No longer does. Our country что? Our country.
No longer does our country need to rely on foreign investment.
Да. Теперь under no circumstances.
Under no circumstances you should borrow money without checking the interest rates.
Мои хорошие, вот эти фразы перетянут к себе вспомогательный. Should you borrow? Under no circumstances should you borrow?
Так. Now we are finally seeing the benefits of the government's careful policies.
И только сейчас, only now, are we seeing.
Only now are we seeing the benefits of the government's careful policies.
Yes, we did.
A change of government has not often had such a dramatic effect on the economic outlook. Rarely has change of government had such a dramatic effect on the economic outlook.
No.
Frederick looked for his wallet to pay. At the moment he realized he had left all his money at home.
Yes.
Так. Frederick looked for his wallet to pay. Only then
Did.
did he realize he had left all his money at home.
Окончания не будет. Did he realize? Да, это же did плюс первый.
Did he realize he had left all his money at home? You definitely shouldn't reveal the details of your bank account over the telephone. On no account should you reveal the details of your bank account over the telephone.
Yeah.
This country has not witnessed such a serious financial crisis before. Never before a crisis. Never before has this country witnessed such a serious financial crisis before? Ой, просто crisis.
This country witnessed. Да, это ж perfect. Есть.
It's rare that a politician admits publicly that he has made a mistake. Seldom
Does
does a politician admits publicly that he has made a mistake.
да, admit. Мгм.
George had to pay a large fine, and he had to spend some time in prison as well.
Да.
Not only
Did
Not
George,
only did George had to pay
did George
a
have
large fine, also he had to spend some time in prison.
Very good, thank you. А теперь давайте phrase builder, пожалуйста, юнит 6. Так, боже мой, он же здесь у меня. Хорошо. Сейчас посмотрим, что там. Юнит 6. Наверное, miscellaneous phrases, нет? Я думаю, да. Страничка 26. И сделаем 27-ю, да? Упражнение, да и закроем его, модуль 7 будем делать. Страшно делать. Что попало? Что здесь было?
Так, получается, 6-й модуль сейчас тут, да, правильно?
Да.
Miscellaneous phrases.
По-моему, miscellaneous phrases.
And so on and so forth. Used to say there are other types of the thing you have mentioned without actually naming them. She was telling me about her illness, her operations, and so on and so forth. И так далее.
Мгм. Да.
Award damages to receive money from a court as a result of another person harming you or your property. He was awarded damages of £15,000. Компенсация?
Мгм.
Claim back your expenses. To ask for the money you have spent while working on travel, food, etc. to be returned. Don't forget to claim back your expenses when you get back to the office. То есть какие-то выплаты.
Совершенно верно. А точнее, требовать возврат средств, расходов. Мгм.
Так, entitled to have the official right to have or to do something. Mothers were entitled to have a maternity allowance of £25 a week. Разрешено.
Мгм. А точнее, иметь право на. Entitled to. И, кстати, maternity allowance – это пособие по материнству. Мгм.
Go into decline, to decrease in quality or importance. During the 1920s, the city went into decline. Как?
Прийти в упадок.
Мгм. Good luck to him or her. Spoken used to say that you do not mind if someone succeeds because it does not affect you. If she wants to enter the competition, good luck to her. I'm not interested. Удачи.
Да.
Так. Have a good grasp of, to have a good understanding of something. You have a good grasp of English. Хорошо владеть.
Схватывать, да. Grasp, пиши, схватывать. Мгм.
Jostle for position, to push other people in a crowd in order to get a better place. The photographers were jostling for position as the stars arrived. Расталкивать людей.
Мгм, толкаться, да.
Так, launch a crackdown on, to take severe action to deal with a problem. The police have launched a major crackdown on drunk driving. Принять меры.
Можно начать кампанию против, да?
Мгм. Make a key or major breakthrough, to make an important new discovery or development in something. Scientists have made a key breakthrough in the treatment of cancer. Прорыв. В чём?
Мгм. Сделать прорыв, да.
Plead with, to ask for something that you want very much in a sincere and an emotional way. Rob pleaded with Anne to come home. Умолять.
Да, просить, да.
Prenuptial agreement, an agreement made before marriage about what will happen to the property in case of a divorce. Many Hollywood actors made prenuptial agreements before they got married. Как-то договор,
Да. Брачный контракт.
брачный договор.
Ну, пусть будет agreement контракт. Мгм.
Sole beneficiary, the only person who receives money or goods from someone who has died. He was the sole beneficiary of his father's will.
Мгм.
Я не знаю, как это назвать.
Я помогу. Это единоличный, это soul, единоличный получатель.
Unfair dismissal, being unfairly removed from your job. He sued his former employers for unfair dismissal. Нечестно, быть нечестно уволенным.
Угу. Да, несправедливое увольнение, да.
Would be someone who hopes to have a particular job, a would-be actor, TV presenter,
Мгм.
contestant. Будущий. Или, возможно.
Или претендующий.
Мгм. Your take on something informal, someone opinion about a situation or idea. What's your take on awarding compensation? Взгляд на что-то.
Мгм. Или, ну да, мнение, взгляд, это так и есть. Все, спасибо, с этим разобрались. Теперь мы можем делать exercise, yes? Путь.
Complete the sentences with a suitable phrase. The first thing I'll do when I get back from my business trip will be to claim back my travel expenses.
Expenses есть.
Police have promised to launch a crackdown,
Да.
to launch a major crackdown on begging in the streets and homelessness.
Мгм.
Conrad would make an excellent finance minister. She have a very good grasp of economic affairs.
She has, very good.
She has thousands of upstairs quick it up all night to take part in the audition. Thousands of would be upstairs.
Yes. Thousands of would-be pop stars, yeah.
Now you're even working here for 5 years. You're entitled
Мгм.
to an extra week's holiday.
Why not? Okay.
Although his mother, the policeman, they arrested her husband and marched him away. Although his mother, the policeman, так, а что он с ним сделал?
Наверное, pleaded with.
Pleaded with the policeman. They arrested her husband and marched him away.
Вот такая ситуация, yeah.
There are hopes that the negotiators are about to make a major breakthrough in the peace talks in Amsterdam.
Мгм.
Vol has decided to get married again to someone who's just half his age. Так. Good luck.
Мгм.
Или
Good luck, yeah, to him. Или to them.
the court have the court have entitled him.
У нас уже был entitled в 5.
Точно.
Значит, тут уже будет. Давай awarded damages.
The court have awarded him 50,000 damages for the physical injuries he received in the accident.
Мгм.
Так, Sir Patrick McCall and his fiancée Nicole have denied reports that they have signed a prenuptial agreement.
Prenuptial agreement есть.
Sue is furious about being sacked and is threatening to sue the firm for тут не знаю, если честно.
Может, unfair dismissal?
Unfair dismissal. To sue firm for unfair dismissal. As the royal couple left the church, people in the crowd were jostling for position to get a better view. For many years, Charles Swan was the country's most successful TV entertainer, but after a series of scandals, his career went into decline.
Thank you. Еще 2.
We'd all like to know your take on this particular issue. It's causing a lot of controversy.
Мгм.
He went on to tell us all about his holiday in Tunisia, how he rode on a camel, and so on and so forth.
Все, мы это сделали. Моя хорошая, спасибо. Useful language. Успеваем? Да. Match the halves of the sentences to make a correct sentence. Не-не-не, моя
Сейчас
хорошая. Это 27-я страничка дальше. Маленькая
перескочила.
книжечки. Okay. So, please. Поехали. I think she, кто-то там, should be entitled, кого-то там необходимо, имеет право, вернее.
Should be entitled. Девятое?
Давай поставим 5.
To at least 6 months' wages.
Знаешь почему? В 9 нету to, а entitled it's to. Яночка, нам вот эти штуки надо запоминать. Управление глагола плюс preposition, предлог. На следующем году кровь из носу надо. Ну, вы же уже делаете ЗНО в школе, НМТ. Ты в курсе дела? Как не делаете? Мы же делали с вами get, как он называется, курс этот get 200, что-то такое. Помните?
Get 100.
Yeah.
Да. Ну, мы идем по книжке, но именно вот НМТ и всё такое мы еще не пробовали. Ну, пробные варианты не проходили.
Но мы с 1 сентября начинаем, так что учите сейчас. Учите сейчас. В путь.
I think D should get bit more than.
А вот это 9 да.
Так, that's far too much. I don't think that she should get anything. 8.
Да.
Maybe 1,000 euros. Would be fair.
Да. Fair. Да.
Так, that's not nearly enough. Возможно, третье, they should get at least $1 million. Do we all agree about C?
Yeah, thank you, 10.
The key issue is whether or not так. Тут что я не знаю.
Давай первое.
He knew smoking was bad for him. Shall we move on to the next one?
Okay.
In the circumstances, we feel that A should receive nothing at all.
Как-то печально это все звучит. Давай 6 пойдет?
Deserves damages of $10,000. Так, we agreed anonymously that B. Тогда может быть уже здесь. Если... Так, ну даже не знаю.
Что мы поставили в J?
J, пока ничего.
Давайте поставим should receive nothing at all. Вот это
Да.
да? А в K что поставим?
We found it very difficult to agree. Так, я не знаю.
У нас остается 2 варианта. 2 и 11.
Well, the next one, получается. В L, some people felt that it was B's own fault, while others felt that he deserved to receive a large sum of money.
We found it very difficult to agree about the next one. И насчет own fault, yes, own fault, while others felt. Пойдет, у нас все сошлось. Есть успех, все сделали. Useful language. Все, мы хорошие, возвращаемся назад. Смотрим, что у нас на страничке 62. Почитаем, пожалуйста, useful language сразу, и я уже буду вас отпускать.
Так. Useful language. Comparing ideas. I think he should be entitled to. I think she deserves a bit more or less. That's far a bit too much. That's not nearly enough. Так, trying to reach a conclusion. Do we all agree about? The key issue is whether or not. Shall we move on to? Shall we come back to later? Pretending your conclusions. In the circumstances, we feel that we agreed anonymously that we found it very difficult to agree. Some people felt that, while others felt that.
Все, и опять-таки phrase builder, но мы там уже все сделали. По useful language весь перевод понятен?
Да, в принципе, да.
Хорошо, спасибо. На следующем занятии, то бишь в четверг, мы заканчиваем модуль Students Book, тему денег, а может и не заканчиваем, я вижу тут какие-то интриги, у нас есть какие-то графики, посмотрим, да? Все, мои хорошие, have fun, до встречи. Пока.
Все, до свидания.